It's still a bit windy this morning, but we are on the way to Café Coco for breakfast. I like breakfast. How was breakfast? And what did you have? So if you're coming to Brighton, then definitely stop by Café Coco. After breakfast, we wanted to make the most of our last morning in Brighton, so we wandered down towards the pier, and there's just something about this spot. It's busy, colourful and full of life. I love the pier. I think I just can't wait to capture it. It always feels like the heart of the city. I was hoping to maybe have an ice cream and a coffee in hand. It certainly would have been perfect to walk along this pier, but the city was still waking up and a lot of the places were still closed. There was a couple open up huts, but they didn't have New Forest ice cream, which is what I was hoping for, because if you know, you know. So I'm holding out at some point today, we'll see. And I think one of the things that really struck me walking across the beach and the pier just was the beauty that surrounded us and taking in the small moments. I found myself slowing down, and I think it's easy to rush through the day, especially when you're away and you're on a time schedule. My days, can I just say the ice cream and coffee sign here is one of my favourites. I mean, I want that in my house, it's perfect. But yeah, I think it's easy to rush through the day, and I just wanted to take time here to notice the little things, whether it's the pattern in the waves or the way the sun bounced across the stones, or the sound of the pier behind us fading as we move further along the shore. I love how Brighton constantly balances the familiar with the unexpected. You can come for the big landmarks, the pier, the seafront, but it's always in the smaller details that catch my attention. And I got so much inspiration from walking along this pier on things and moments that I want to capture in my drawings, in my paintings. So stay tuned for more of that coming to our Freebie World shop soon. I love the colour here. They had a playground and they had lots of little places where you could sit on the beach and have lights in the evening, which would just be so dreamy. We didn't manage to do that on this trip, but it was nice to come down and have a walk with the weather clear. The sun was out and the splashes of colour were everywhere. The textures, I just soak in as much as possible. This quirky statue was actually one of my favourite icons of the trip and something I can't wait to paint. Definitely think it also represents the vibes of summer 2025. But there were so many beautiful moments from the replicas and the boats and the beach huts. I mean, yeah, where do you start? Where do you start? I'm certainly leaving Brighton inspired and excited by the details. There's been sculptures, boats, beach huts, and just moments to capture in drawings. Definitely I'm going to take away quite a few from this one. Taking in one last seaside stop and then onward to home. I love these buildings coming up. There is some really iconic buildings that look quite Art Deco-y. Definitely this one right here, I want to add that to my list of Spain. And the Brighton I-360, which we didn't manage to get up this time. We have decided that instead of going straight home, we are gonna explore Bognor Regis.
We're going along the coast.
Yeah.
Not just Bognor Regis.
And then we're gonna stop at Chichester, and then maybe even Portsmouth.
Chichester.
Chichester.
Not Chinchester.
So we are going on an adventure and stopping along the coast on the way home to avoid just going back on the regular motorway, and we have just arrived in Bognor Regis.
Oh, Bognor.
I've never been.
So
So we're going to see what you remember
none of it, I imagine.
and if there is any nice lunch spots.
So 10+1.
There's something I just love about detours. They're unplanned, but they always add a little colour to your day, and they're unique. They make every trip feel fuller somehow. Oh my word, what do I spot? Yep, I finally got my New Forest ice cream right here in Bognor Regis. First, how cute is that little train? This ice cream, if you know you know, is the best Mr. Whippy. So I highly recommend if you're in the Dorset area or you come across this brand, give it a go. This was my favourite. I forgot to bring my headphones and mic on this trip, so I'm sorry the sound is still missing a little bit, but I'm going to get in grips with this and I'm going to get on top. For now, I'm just going to share with you my journey and tell you the story as I remember it. How cute is this little pier here? I love that. Definitely lots of regeneration going on in Bognor Regis, but I didn't really stay too long before we were on to the next stop, and that was Portsmouth. We stopped by the Gunwharf Quays and we had some lunch here.
Look at tower, baby. The top.
And another seaside escape comes to an end with plenty of small details to take with us, and even a few ideas that I can't wait to paint when I get home and back in the studio. Thank you for taking the time to join me on this Brighton adventure, and I can't wait to see you in next week's vlog.
Brandon's boatyard outside